So recently I had to teach my level 3 engineering students a whole load of CAD skills for a new assignment they had to do. And I just picked this lovely coffee pot from my kitchen, which I really like, and I got them to draw it. So what we'll do in this video is just draw the top part, this body with the spout. The spout is quite a tricky thing to do. There's a series of things that you need to get right in order for this to work. But what you can do once you've assembled all these parts together, because we've got the base and then so that's a blank one, the body with the spout. This is the main thing this video will focus on. The handle, that's a nice thing to draw. You've got a relatively straightforward sketch which you could extrude, and then the lid is rather pleasing as well. And then at the end, you can assemble them all together. I might need to redo this on the animate. It needs to go to 90. And then what's very pleasing on Onshape, and you can do this with, as far as I'm aware, all major CAD packages, is you can animate. So it's a very slow animation, but that can go down and go back up again. So this is ultimately what my students needed to do, but we won't do the entire thing in this video. I have put together a guidance sheet on all the stages, and the link will be available in the description. So let's focus in on the body and spout. So what we've got to do is draw a circle. We're going to extrude that, and then we're going to loft that to a 10-sided shape and keep everything as a surface. That makes sense until the end. You can thicken at the end. And then the main focus is to do this spout, because that's quite tricky. I tried several different methods until I got it correct. And the one I'm going to use today is using a projected curve and then a move boundary and mutual trim. So we will get onto that. So always good practice to give a name to the tab. So we can call that upper section. And we're going to select top plane, and you can press N to get a normal view. And then we can go up to the sketch, just check we're on the top plane. Yes, we are. We're going to do a center point circle. Make sure that's in the middle. And we're going to dimension that as 85. Make sure you're in millimeters, 85 millimeters. And then we can accept that. So we've just got a circle. And we're going to extrude this upwards. So select the edge there. We're going to extrude that upwards by 15 mil. Make sure that's going upwards. Yes, it is. We can accept that. So there's in the actual coffee pot, there's a bit more complexity here, but we're just going to do the basic outer shape. And then we need to create this more complex 10-sided shape on a plane above this. So add a new plane. So offset plane. It's going to be offset above the top plane by 90 mils. Put 90 in there. So we should have our new plane up at the top. That's all fine. And we can click on plane 1, click on N on the keyboard. So we're viewing from the top. And we're going to sketch on plane 1. We're on plane 1. So click on polygon and put that in the middle and just pull that somewhere out away from the center. If you click on it, then you can move the cursor away until you get to number 10. You can click on that. And then we can dimension that. Go to dimension, click on the circle part of it. And we want this to be 105 mils, which is fine. So we can click escape to come out of the dimension tool. Now if you look at this, the points are not aligned. So we need to grab one of these points, click that and just move that around until we get the inferencing there with the dotted yellow line. So that's quite important that it's aligned, because when you draw the spout, which is the next stage, if it's not aligned, then we're going to have problems. Okay, so rotate the view so there's a point. It's either at top and bottom or at the side. That doesn't matter. And then we can, we're going to draw on the same thing. So I was going to accept the sketch. Now we're going to draw on the same plane. So what we're going to do now, so we're going to draw some construction lines. So do a line. We're going to do a vertical construction line here. Press escape, and then another line. We can just approximate it, zoom in a little bit. So just a horizontal line around about there. And we can make both of these. If you click escape, And then we can select these two lines, 1, 2, and click on this little icon here, change them into construction lines. We're going to dimension this first one. We're going to go to the dimension tool, click on the origin, and then this first construction line, and we're going to make that 48. So there's a few ways of doing it. We don't need a construction line. We could place a point on this edge, but I'm going to do a construction line. And we're going to add a point on the right side of the middle line. Okay, so yeah, we could do this a few ways. So points are really useful, placing a point, because then you can dimension that, and then you can obviously connect to it, and you should also be able to see that from other plane views as well. So I'm just going to place it on this intersection here. So we've got a point labeled. So yeah, so that point is on this edge here, and we've also dimensioned it as 48. So we didn't really need the construction line at that point. So what we could do here is mirror everything that we're going to do on the right and to the left, but we don't actually need to do that, because if we just draw the right-hand side of the spout and then create that, then we can mirror the whole spout once it's been filled in. So originally I was going to do a midpoint line down here, but actually we're just going to do a horizontal line. So just do a line from here to here. Click on escape. We're going to do a couple of dimensions. We're going to make this one. So originally that's going to be 2.5 mil, I think. Yes, it is. And we need to dimension between this point and our construction line. That should be 25. Okay, and we can move this out to the side so we can see it. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. So we've got our structure in place. So this is always good practice when sketching, when drawing, is to think about where these points are going to go first. Maybe add some construction lines, add some points, dimension them, and then when we get to the drawing part of it, we've got this framework ready to go, although we've done a line there already. So we're going to join this point here, the intersection point, to this point here. And again, we could mirror this if we wanted to visualize the spout in its entirety from above, but I'm just going to do half and then mirror once we've made it into a surface, so we can accept that. Okay, so we've got our top view of the spout, and I think I've missed something quite important here. I think I forgot to loft these two shapes together, so I'm going to go back and do that. That should be fine. So loft, oh, that's extrude, loft this shape to this shape. There we go, fantastic. I think I meant to do that before. It's looking a bit more like a cafetiere. Okay, so we can accept that. Okay, so we've got our top view. Sometimes Onshape does this. It will, it's trying to be helpful, and it will hide the sketch. You think, oh my goodness, my sketch is gone. So just go over here and you can click unhide, and then the sketch is still there. I think what it's trying to do is to make things a bit tidier, but a lot of the time it's just really annoying. So we just unhide it. Go to the right plane, we can pull that up a little bit so we've got something to draw on. And we're going to look at the right plane and click N, and we're going to do this side section here. So originally my intention was to do a bit of a spline, a curved section, and then a straight line. You could do that and that might work, but I'm going to keep this a bit more simple. We're just going to do a line, just make sure we're on the right bit there. So this is the edge we want from this edge here, this point, he says confidently. One moment please. Yeah, so we've got a line, we're going to go from this point here. And it's the benefit of having this definite edge here is we can connect to it. And this makes it a bit more simple than if we had a curved edge. If we had a curved surface for our coffee pot, then we wouldn't get this line being highlighted. But we've missed out a section, so we're going to do one line there and one line there, and click escape. Now, if we just click on N again to get the normal view, we should be able to dimension from here to here. And I think we're saying that is 5. And from the top down to the connecting point, I think we've got that as 45, which seems a bit big, but hopefully that's correct. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Good, right, so that's the side view. Let's just zoom in, make sure that's all fine. Click on escape, move these a little bit around there. Okay, good, so we can accept that. So we've got the top part of the spout, and we've got the side part of the spout. I could probably make that a little bit, pull that one over to the right if I wanted to, but it's fine for what we're doing. Right, the next bit's really important. So you might think, okay, well, let's just join these two points up here. Now that's not possible for a few reasons. One is because they're in two different sketches, so those sketches won't talk to each other. But also we need a plane to draw on, we need a surface to draw on. Now it ought to be possible to select this surface here and draw on that, but it doesn't seem to be possible. But either way, that would be too simple perhaps, because if we had a curved surface, which very often you will do, then it's not possible to draw a connecting curved line between 2 points in space. So we have to do this in a different way. So if you go to the front plane, what we're going to do is draw a line on the front plane, and we're going to pull the front plane up because it's a little bit low, so pull that up there, and then click N. Nope, not that way, go back. So we're going to draw a line, but we're going to try to get fairly close to these 2 points here, but we're going to draw this on the front plane. Oops, it keeps going that way. Let's go back again. So click on N. Oh, goodness me, it keeps doing that. Let's try and do this one more time. So sketch on the front plane. Good. We're going to do a line. So see, you can't actually select these 2 points. So we're going to draw a line approximately from there to there and accept that, and then see that, just check where that is. It's not where we want it to be. It's on the front plane. It's kind of hovering around in the middle of the coffee pot, but that's fine. Before we move on, we need to coincident. So click on this point and this point here and go to coincident, and that will move the top of the line that we've drawn up so it matches the intersection point, and we can do the same with this one and this one down here, so coincident. Okay, so it hasn't actually connected them, it's just moved them into the same height and the same X, well, it would be not X and Y, but the same 2 dimensions, but obviously it's in the wrong plane. But we can accept that, and then we need to go to Search Tools, and we need to go to Projected Curve. So just type PRO, Projected Curve. So it'll probably default to 2 sketches. You need to change this to Curve to Face. The edge is the thing that we've just drawn here. The direction is the plane that we've drawn it in, so that should be the front plane. And the target is where we're going to throw it, which is over here. So this is really pleasing. Got a nice pink line there. What it's done is it's taken the line that we drew over here and it's thrown it onto the edge where we need it. And then we can accept that. So now we have 3 sides to our spout, which hopefully we can fill. So we need to go to fill, so F-I-L-L, and hopefully we can just connect edge. Oh no, it's defaulted to fillet, it often does that. Let's try that again, F-I-L-L. I don't want fillet, I want fill. Okay, we want a new fill. We don't want to add it as part of the body. So I'm going to click on this section here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hopefully that will fill, and it does. So if there's a problem with our points where they meet, then a little red point will appear, and probably what will happen is if you zoom in, then you'll notice that we don't have a connection. So we can only get a filled surface here if we have an enclosed closed contour, which we do. If the other problem is if it goes red, maybe the curves that we're trying to get the software to do are too sharp, so maybe smooth out the curves, get rid of any sharp edges. Okay, so we've got half of our spout, so we should be able to mirror. Let's go to mirror, and we want it apart, and we want to add it, so we want it to be the same as this one over here. The mirror plane is the right plane, and there we go, fantastic. So if it goes red at this point, it's probably because we've made a mistake with these intersections or these points, and we can accept that. Good, so what we should have now is 2 surfaces. This is really important. If we've got 3 surfaces, or maybe we've made a part, if we've given some thickness to the upper body and we've got 1 part and 1 surface, then I don't think the next stage will work. So two surfaces. One surface is the spout, both sides added together, and the other surface is the entire body. Okay, so this really confused me a few weeks ago. I got to this stage, I thought, well, how do we get rid of this bit here? Because I've got my spout, I've got my body, but I don't want this section here. This isn't going to pour coffee very well. So there are two tools we need to use. The first one is move boundary. So look for that, move boundary. And what we need to do is to select this edge here and this edge here. So you've got to be quite careful with selecting them. And what it's doing is it's stretching out these two edges into the middle of the body of the coffee pot. And my understanding is why you need to do this is it's just to help the software understand where we want to make the cuts, because it wasn't that obvious before. So now it's really obvious. You can change this if needed. If that's too big, you can make that a little bit smaller. That should be fine. So we've got this rather odd winged looking shape here. And at this stage, you might be thinking, well, how does that help? So the final stage of making the spout, we need to go to mutual trim. And this bit's rather pleasing if it works. So the first surface, again, we've got to have just two surfaces here. If we have three or more surfaces or one surface and a part, it's not going to work. So we can select the first surface as the spout. The second surface is surface 2. So again, it's quite useful to use the menu on the left-hand side rather than trying to use your cursor on the drawing screen. So this doesn't look helpful at all, but we've got these arrows. We can change the direction of the arrows. So surface 1, I want to go to the left-hand side. Surface 2, well, it's the wrong direction, so I need to change the direction there. And if you look here, what it's done, it's understood that we want this to be the same surface, so we want to get rid of that bit in the middle. So if we now accept that, very pleasingly, we have got our spout. So there are various other things we could do to finish off the coffee pots. As I mentioned earlier on, we could, if you look at this one here, we could add a section over here in order for the handle to attach. We could draw the handle, which is, I suppose, a rather complex looking sketch, but once you work through it, it's not too bad, and then we can extrude that and add some fillets to make it look rather pleasing. The lids is quite nice to do as well. So you go from a 10-sided shape to a circle, and you've got the little handle on top, and you can add this pivot section, this bracket, and the lip over here. And then what you can do is go to the assembly and click on insert, and you can just insert each one of these parts. Once they're in there, you can use the mate connectors or the fasten mate and the revolute mate to attach all the parts. So, and you end up with this rather pleasing end product. So I don't know if I've mentioned this already, you can change the appearance. So if you go back to over here, if you want to click the right click and edit appearance, you can make this into whatever colour you want, which is again very pleasing. So yeah, a whole bunch of skills here. Hopefully that's been useful. I will put a link to my guidance sheet, which goes through all the steps for making this entire object and putting all the assembly parts together as well. And that is free if you want to use that, so help yourself. Hopefully this has been useful. See you next time.